A family feels lucky to be alive after their car was rammed by an SUV, a Toyota LandCruiser, and the daughter in the car, 14-year-old girl, was shot in the leg. This happened on the Logan motorway at Drewvale, south of Brisbane, on Anzac Day at around 6:30 p.m. So, Todd Power was driving his family home, minding his own business, in his Ford Focus, and then there was a Toyota LandCruiser that was in front of them and was driving erratically. The driver of the Toyota LandCruiser was slamming the brakes, doing brake checks, and swerving at the Ford Focus, trying to ram it. In actual fact, the Toyota LandCruiser did ram the family's car, the Ford Focus. It rammed them from behind. And then, immediately following ramming the Ford Focus, the driver of the Toyota LandCruiser came up on the side of the Ford Focus, and the driver of the vehicle shot at the family's Ford Focus. Now, seemingly it was an air rifle, which means a pellet was shot, not a bullet. That's an important fact and very much a blessing. The driver of the family car, the Ford Focus, believes that the air rifle was aimed at him. The pellet skimmed across the thumb of Todd Power, the driver of the family Ford Focus. The pellet skimmed across his thumb and then between the seats and struck the family's 14-year-old daughter, who was sitting in the back seat. She was hit in the leg. She screamed out in pain. The family pulled over, called emergency services. Paramedics arrived. The girl, 14 years of age, Kayla, was taken to Queensland Children's Hospital where she is recovering from the trauma. Again, I'm going to say it's a blessing that the absolute maniac in question, the driver of the Toyota LandCruiser, didn't have an actual rifle. It was an air rifle, seemingly. So it was a pellet. Enough to go through the windscreen, enough to cause serious pain, but I would imagine that thankfully being struck by a pellet won't cause life-lasting injury. But the situation could have been far, far worse if the pellet had struck the driver of the car. Then, who knows what could have happened. He could have crashed the car, could have led to the deaths of the entire family. So we're not told about any preceding incidents, what could have angered the Toyota LandCruiser to the point that they act in such a dreadful way, in such a murderous way, really. Certainly reckless. But no, I'll stick with murderous. I mean, he shot an air rifle at the driver of a moving vehicle. I mean, that's utter insanity. So we're told that the entire state of Queensland is looking for this white Toyota LandCruiser. If anyone has any information, of course, reach out to Crime Stoppers. As a matter of absolute urgency, this guy needs to be locked up and never given the opportunity to drive again, never given the opportunity to have an air rifle again. So thoughts and prayers for the 14-year-old girl. Let's hope she's perfectly fine. I'm sure she will be once she overcomes the shock and the trauma, which might take a long while. And let's just hope and pray for the family in general. It seems to me that they were being looked over by angels or such. Things could have been far, far worse, so there are some blessings here. But let's hope this Toyota LandCruiser driver, presume it's a guy, gets caught and severely punished very quickly.